talk about push-ups today and how to make sure that you're doing the perfect one and some sort of checkpoints around head, neck, and shoulders specifically. So first of all, how far should our elbows be away from us? So the closer your elbows are to your body, the more it's going to be working your arms and your triceps. The further they are out, the more it's going to be working your chest. So unless the workout specifically indicates a position, I usually pick part way in between, so about a 45-degree angle, which means that your hands are sort of making a diamond, but they're far apart right underneath your shoulders. Second thing is, we want to make sure that our shoulders stay away from our ears, so that as we lower ourselves, they don't creep up towards our ears, and that we're not doing this when we push. Another thing is we want to make sure that our shoulder blades stay away from each other. So a lot of times people are tempted to sort of let their torso and their upper body sink down between their shoulder blades. So we're going to try to keep that solid position of our shoulder blades on our rib cage the whole entire time, regardless of where we are in the push-up. So we're going to keep our shoulder blades separated and the back of our neck nice and long, so making sure there's lots of space in here, and that movement's just going to be coming mostly from our elbows. One more thing is making sure that our neck doesn't move. So this solid space through here in our shoulder blades, we also don't want to be poking our chin forward. So a lot of times people finish their push-up by poking their chin forward. So they'll come down to here, and then they'll do that to try to get more range of motion. But that's not more range of push-up motion. That's just shearing through your neck. So our neck should not move at all when we do our push-ups. Our chin should not move at all. We're going to keep our chin tucked in just a little bit so that we're not doing this. So chin stays tucked in. Not that we're doing like a full double chin, but it stays tucked in just a little bit. So there's going to be different progressions of easier or harder push-ups. So first of all, no matter what version I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I'm setting myself up with my shoulders away from my ears. So I sort of create this spinning motion and kind of lock in. Now I want to push down through all the knuckles of my hand, not just my fingertips and the outside. So a lot of times we kind of roll out. So we really want to be pushing down through all the knuckles and all of our fingertips. So I'm going to ground through the floor, pushing my biggest knuckle, first knuckle down. So an easiest version is going to be on all fours, and then just keeping those shoulders away from the ears, bending my elbows, coming down and coming back up. The next hardest one would be if we went onto our knees, tuck our tailbone under. Now I've got a straight line from my shoulder to hip to my knee, and then I'm going to go down and come back up. Now, if you can't do full range for either of those, that's where your table or chair or edge of the couch comes in. So we can do pushing down through all my knuckles, there, and then back up. Or from my knees, dropping forward into that upper body plank, there, and back up. So those four are sort of going to be our easier variations, with our sort of bum sticking out is going to be the absolute easiest. Next one would be if we went from our toes on our elevated position, lowering down, putting our knees down, and then coming up from there. Toes up, lowering down, knees down, coming up. Next one from there is going to be going up and down from that elevated position fully. And then we can go from our toes lowering down, and then up from our knees, from our toes lowering down, and then up from our knees. So regardless of what our lower body's doing, we're still maintaining those shoulders down away from the ears, upper body positioning. And then obviously our most difficult is going to be lowering down and coming back up. So you can see that I'm going with my chest all the way to the floor. Another mistake that people make is they go here and come back up. So that's only a half push-up. We want to go all the way down and all the way back up. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of different variations, ways to make it easier, ways to make it harder. Making sure we're going through full range and making sure we're not cheating or compensating through our neck or upper shoulders.